thing in motion. Get this thing in motion. What it do, what it do. Ricky Jones here, episode 3 of the Ricky and the Brain podcast. It's just me, Ricky Jones, and my thoughts. Basically, this podcast is just me taking opportunity to throw out whatever I've been on for the past day or so. Give you some information, current events, mass media news, manipulations, and whatnot. But we're going to start this show off right, as always. So first, peace to the fam, friends, foes, and those. Today, I'm going to start this show off like we always do with the strain of the day. Today's strain of the day, it is a hybrid strain from raw cannabis. It's one of my favorite brands, not just because of the science they got on their packaging, but the science they put in their packaging. So the cookies and cream strain is a hybrid strain. It's a cross of LA Starfighter and an unknown Girl Scout cookie strain. So what I think they do is just they fucked up along the way trying to mix some shit. So they call it cookies and cream. So that's today's strain of the day, brought to you by moi. You're welcome. In other news, it's been beautiful up here in the Pacific Northwest. Past 3 days has been 68, 69. Today hit like 78. So it's been beautiful. The walkers are out. The dogs are out. The swallows are out. I've seen swallows today. Never seen a swallow before today. So that was pretty dope. Been seeing hummingbirds for like 2 weeks. That's been amazing. And I noticed that since it's gotten warm, I don't see as many seagulls, which is a sign that they then took their ass back to the shore and they just snapping up everything that comes up on the water. Shout out to the seagulls. Those are some very intimidating birds. I don't think they're birds of prey, but they are intimidating birds. In other news, and this is good news, actually, if you ask me. But Condoleezza Rice, she's put together a panel of very intelligent people, obviously, because Condoleezza Rice is on this panel. And hate on the lady if you want, but she's going to go down as one of the greatest black women in all time, regardless if you call her a bed wench or whatever. I mean, powerful, powerful sister. And this right here, you talking about making change? She's making change. So basically, she endorsed a lot of recommendations, and these recommendations came out publicly today from her commission. The biggest change that I see is going to take place, and it looks like they're trying to get this rolled out before this particular season, but more than likely, we won't start till about 2020. They're ending the one and done. If you're not familiar with the one and done rule, if there's a kid that's a fantabulous athlete, normally you know a kid's got NBA potential before he reaches his senior year. You see it already, so it's pretty obvious. Unlike other sports, if you don't know, basketball does not allow a person under the age of 19 to enter the NBA. So if you do the math, most kids graduate high school at 18. That means it forces you to attend a college for 1 year. Now, the one thing we know about college basketball, it's a billion-dollar industry. The Final Four tournament is as large as any sporting event in this country, along with Olympics, Super Bowl, World Series. You got March Madness. So these 18-year-old, 19-year-old kids pretty much play basketball for a meal ticket and a roof over their head and some loose chicks and maybe a car or some shoes. But basically, they got to bypass the possibility of millions of dollars to go to college for 1 year so they can get paid off of this guy who more than likely is going to end up jaded by the system. He's like, I know I've been dope. I've been playing with pros every summer for the past 5 years. Why I got to go to this college? We know why they send these brothers to college. And it's bigger than just getting money from them to play a game. It's, if you ask me, it's more of a programming. You send these brothers to college. They've already been top-notch athletes, meaning that they've been coddled. they've been given gifts. Certain things in life have come easy to them already. So they get to these colleges, and it's usually Becky time and Pinky in the pocket. So that's what that ended up being. But if this goes through, these young brothers will not have to take themselves to one of these institutions of higher learning to be scrutinized for their lack of intelligence and people telling them they're just there for their athletic ability, which is the damn truth. But the NCAA won't tell you that. Now, the whole root of this is because there's been an FBI investigation on the NCAA. We've known for years these coaches give players gifts, which to me, it's fine. I mean, you want to get my son or my daughter to come to your institution to play a sport that I know they are fantastic above and beyond everyone else in this field? Oh, yeah, you're going to pay the cost. But they're trying to eliminate that. No more Reggie Bush situations. No more Calvin Pryor selling his jerseys. No more AJ Green selling his jerseys just to get a little bread while you're in college. And then you get blackballed and you never can come back to the university and all that nonsense. So Condoleezza is trying to get that cut out. She's trying to get these brothers to get a straight path to the NBA. I think it's great also for the reason that the G League, right now, the NBA has a so-called minor league system called the G League. And with the G League, basically, you can, oh, that went out. That's good. I like my weed that don't smoke without me. Bad weed smokes without you. But with these rule changes, you see, y'all almost lost my train of thought just then. But it'll stop a lot of our young brothers from getting caught up in this NCAA plantation system. It's horrendous. There have been so many scandals with NCAA basketball even before they allowed us to get on the court. If you go back to the 40s and 50s, some of the greatest players of that era were caught up in tons of gambling scandals with the mob, the mafia, whatever. Tons of scandals as far as point shaving and the like. So let these young brothers live. Let them go off, chase their dreams, and let them get paid. Golf, baseball, hockey. Golf, baseball, hockey. If you're 16, 15, even 14, and somebody sees that you have professional gifts, best believe you're going to have a check coming your way. Look at Russell Wilson, for example. A lot of people don't know the route Russell Wilson took to get to the NFL. Russell Wilson, as an 18-year-old high school graduate, was signed by the Texas Rangers baseball affiliate minor league program. He signed, got some bread, played minor league baseball for a few years, was pretty decent. Then he decided to chase his dream after he already made a couple $100,000. He said, I'm going to go to college and play quarterback. So he went to North Carolina State, was a phenomenal quarterback, phenomenal. Did his thing. Left there, decided, you know what? I got 1 year eligibility left. I'm going to go to Wisconsin, Big Ten football. I'm going to pay my way to school. I'm going to become one of the top recruits, and I'm going to get drafted. And lo and behold, I believe second round, 2012 draft, because it was the same draft as Andrew Luck. I remember that. Andrew Luck and I believe AJ Green came out the same year. 2012 NFL draft, he gets drafted, and the rest is history. Now, the route he took is not a route most brothers take. They don't get that opportunity to say, I'm going to go play some baseball, make a little bread, get my family going, and then proceed to go chase my dreams because I've already set a foundation for myself. Golf, hockey, baseball, any Olympic sports. Most Olympic athletes, if you watch, are under the ages of 21. Most of them, depending on the event, like gymnastics, 16, 15. They get endorsement money. They get fed good. And they become superstars in the face of the people before they even reach a college institution. It's got to change. Shout out to Condoleezza Rice for stepping up for the young brothers that's trying to make differences. Final topic in Ricky and the Brain podcast, live stream, whatever. I want to talk about Kanye West today. And I don't think that you will hear my particular take anywhere else. Is what Kanye West doing right now real? Well, who knows? Is it genuine? Well, who knows? One thing we know about Kanye is he's always stated how he felt about something or what he thought about something, regardless of the backlash. Hands down, he's going to give you a piece of his mind. So now he's out here, and we already saw him last year do the photo op thing with Trump. Looked like he got dissed or whatever. People trying to say it like that. Now he's got another photo op, got the hat, Trump to sign the hat for him. But I'm noticing that he's there with Leor Cohen, record executives, people. And that's, Atlantic right now? Warner Brothers. Leo's Warner Brothers now. But he was previously with Def Jam, Kanye, Jay-Z, and all them. Was there from the beginning with Run, DMC, LL. But Kanye West, as tragic as his story is, as well as how motivating and great as his story is, one thing you got to remember about Kanye West, where he started, how he got to where he got, and why he's acting like he's acting now. Where he started, if you let him tell it, mom was a school teacher. Grew up in a household where strengthening this muscle was more important than strengthening these muscles. By doing so, you're going to gain a different worldview than most of your peers because you're reading things outside of that realm that you live in. So Kanye grew up in that world, teenage years. According to his music and his backstory, he had a job at Gap, working for the Gap. So he got into it because he liked the free clothes or discounts in fashion. That was his shit. So coming out of high school, coming into manhood, the things that he adored and he had adoration for were hip hop and fashion. Not Jordans, hooping, not even really rapping. It was hip hop and fashion. Makes the move, says he packs up a U-Haul. His mom fronted him some bread, moved up to New York, got him a 1-bedroom studio apartment. And what he did, he said he did 500 beats in a summer. 5 beats a day for 3 summers. I lived in a different world like Cree Summers. Double entendre, possibly triple entendre in that line. Kanye West told us who he was. After he got on, the public eye shining on him, then he showed us who he was. But we get confused in this American society because when we see this, when I say we, I'm talking about everybody. When we see this, we automatically bring assumptions along with it. We don't give people who have this the benefit of any fucking doubts. And that's where my frustrations lie. We need to stop having the mentality that all of our black boys need to be bred. Yeah, bred, because you're not raising your kids. You're breeding them motherfuckers to be somebody else. And they never get a chance to open up and really feel comfortable expressing themselves the way they want to and telling you what their true interests are and actually going in a lane where they won't be called lame. They won't be called maybe he's gay. They won't be called a punk. They won't be called all these things that you're called by your own people growing up in our neighborhoods. I could have been a Kanye West, but I had strong people around me that did not allow that turn to happen. Understand who that man is. Understand what he stands for. He's lived with an Armenian family for over, a decade now? What you think this nigga's talking about every day? And he's the voice of that family. Believe it. Yes. And I'm out this joint, man.